So we now have to move both firesides to be Sivan 12, which is Monday, Tuesday, which is the late Laodicean Pentecost. And what we've done is we've discounted the 1NC Pentecost as a fireside date because since we don't have any First New Covenant saints in this church, it is not a festival that this church can celebrate as yet. So to us it's not a festival, hence it's not a divine festival that we can celebrate, so we can discount it. And that means that the first divine Pentecost that this church celebrates, after going back 7 times from 2010 in 11 Nisan 15 to 2018 Nisan 15, is Sivan 12, which is on the Tuesday, May 28, 29. Now, from a 2 Kings 1 standpoint, Sivan 12 is a following chief of 50, in that it follows after Sivan 10, 2 days after it, which is the 1NC Pentecost. And speaking to them, I always thought meant it was an inclusive chief, but it could also not mean that, but mean there's 2 fire signs on the one day. Elijah speaking to them by speaking to the chief, and that's now what it must mean. So we now think that there's going to be the 2nd and 3rd fire signs both on Sivan 12. Now you can't push them further than that, because that's the last possible Passover entry day for the Sivan 14 Passover, which must occur, and because the sentence count of the beast, the Russian bear beast of Daniel 7 verse 5, where before it gets up, where it's, it's got the 3 ribs between its teeth and it's got 3 ribs in its mouth, and they say to it, get up and eat much flesh, and the Hebrew word is a kaf and a nun, which can mean rightly, or it can mean thus. The Septuagint translates it as thus. So if you take it as thus, then it means they're saying like this, get up, eat much flesh. That's, they are saying, and there's the 3 ribs, it possibly, or could be the 42 teeth in another meaning, but taking it as the 3 ribs, they would be 3, and get up, eat much flesh would be 2, which would be so multiplied to 6. But if you say that they are saying to it, like this, get up, eat much flesh, that's a comparison of get up, eat much flesh with something else, which then isn't 2 but is 3. So 3 3s are 9, and with that count, that's the most you can get out of that sentence, and it's 63. I mean, the provocation of the Russian bear was Nisan 9, and 63 days after that is Sivan 12. And Nisan 9 was when the international expulsion of all the Russian diplomats, 112 I think it was, from 23 different countries, as a result of Theresa May's totally unjustified condemning and sentencing of the Russians for a crime for which they were provided no evidence, and indeed the British government has destroyed any evidence they could have been provided with by killing the cat and by presiding over the wall that has emerged between the Skripals and Russia, so that they don't get access to them, because presumably the half-life of whatever drug was used is such that you could still, if the Russians got them, detect that it wasn't Novichok. I mean, Novichok kills, in my understanding, within minutes of its application. It's a lethal nerve agent, and there are certain professors of chemistry in the UK who pointed that out. And so it's not possible to be poisoned with Novichok and then go and have a nice meal in Zizzi's, and then go and have a nice beer in the pub, and then 3 hours later feel a bit weird and fall asleep on a park bench or whatever. You'd be dead. It can't have been Novichok, and had it been Novichok, the cat would be dead too, which it wasn't, so there was no threat. Anyway, that's a different point. But nonetheless, it is a provocation. Well, it's a provocation because it's a false accusation, actually, and it's plainly a false accusation for a number of reasons. An obvious one is that Skripals are double agents, and double agents are masters of illusion doubly. They're twice as deceptive as single agents, presumably, so that anything they do or anything you see them do, you can't trust it. You don't know what it means. It certainly doesn't mean what it looks like it means, because they're double agents. So the idea to base a criminal case on the activities of a double agent and condemn and sentence without providing any evidence to the guy who you've condemned is complete travesty of British justice. It is not what this country should stand for. It's not what it has stood for in the past, but unfortunately we've been corrupted, and we're speaking as a dragon, according to Revelation 13. Anyway, that was the provocation, and 63 days after that is Sivan 12, and that's when the bear stops being told to get up and actually gets up and it eats much flesh, and that's World War III. It's coincident with the fire signs. So that's as far as we can push it. There are arguments to be made to push it one more month. They don't really work very well in my opinion. But the trouble is that there wasn't a provocation of the Russian bear a month after Nisan 9. There was no provocation of Nisan 9. There hasn't been any provocation of them, as far as I can see, since the expulsion of all their diplomats. And so there is no option but to say that was the provocation, in which case World War III must begin on Sivan 12, if that sentence count is right. And you know, bears have 42 teeth. 3 ribs between the teeth is 45, 3 ribs in the mouth is 3. And all the rest of it adds up to 63. And as regards 1 Kings 18, as I said, you go back 7 times to 2018, Nisan 15, and then the next divine Pentecost after that is Sivan 12. And as regards 2 Kings 1, we've covered that. As regards Jericho, we moved the Passover forward to be, first watched our Passover to be ER 14 and the late version to be Sivan 14, 2018. We did that on ER 10, Jubilee Release Day, so that has to be right. So that's the new prediction. May 27, 28, 29. I mean, there could be a fire sign on Sivan 11, there could be, which continues to Sivan 12, it's possible, but from a scriptural standpoint, the fire sign must confirm the Sivan 12 late Laodicean Pentecost. So we are saying that the fire sign is May 27, 28, 29, but certainly it must be burning or occur on May 28, 29, which is Monday, Tuesday, which is Sivan 12. Thanks very much.